All right, Geminis, welcome into your July tarot reading. So apologies, this is a little late, but instead of doing like, I could have just done like the last half of July reading, but I felt like I should still do the full month, read into the full month and kind of see how July unfolds. So you can kind of get perspective. Maybe the reading will, some of it may have already happened at the beginning of July, so you can be like, oh, that'll just prove, right, that the messages are spot on for you. And then you can kind of see how the rest of the month is going to unfold. So I'm using the Transparent Oracle today. It's kind of a different deck. I haven't used it before as in my YouTube channel, so I thought I'd try it out, and I'm kind of feeling it. I kind of had to get up to speed with it again since I haven't used it in so long, but it's been kind of fun, so I've been using it for the last couple readings. So we are in Cancer season, and Cancer, the themes for Cancer are nurturing, family, and home. So as per the usual themes of the month, those are going to show up for all of us since the sun is in that sign. So it's kind of illuminating those areas in our life. So it's kind of giving us new perspective, right? The themes are about us to really sit and think, what are those themes for us? How do are they currently playing out? Do I feel like, let's say for example, family, do I not feel a great sense of family in my life? Maybe you have, friendships that are more like family, but how can we build and create more of those bonds? How can we grow and expand and nurture our families more? It's also about the self. How can we nurture ourselves more? And then going back to the home piece, home isn't necessarily a location. Home is about a feeling. So what does home feel to us? What does that look like? How can we apply more things in our life or changes that can help us or create more of that sense of home? Maybe in our current house we live in, maybe we don't feel like home in our current location and we've been thinking about moving. So what's a place that feels like home to us? Also, just in general, how can I create more of that energy in my life? So those are what the themes are for. So wanted to tap those. And then the themes of July, you are the last zodiac sign reading. So last but not least, right? For Geminis, we can look back at all the zodiac readings. The Chariot has literally come up in almost every single reading. So there is a real big energy of things finally moving forward. We're seeing momentum in our lives. We're getting divine kind of energy that's helping things to move forward. And welcome in Jupiter. So Geminis, this is going to be a lucky month for you all. So we have things moving forward. We have a theme of support. This term support has been coming up a lot. When you look at your life, what does support look like, and what areas, what kind of support are you looking for in your life? Because that's going to start showing up. We're getting a lot of divine support as well. So that's amazing. So I think July's a pivotal shift, and basically I feel like July is setting up the kind of foundation for the rest of the year. So there's going to be a lot of moving and a shaking moving forward. We do have a lot of planets going into retrograde this month. So that is going to I don't feel like it's going to kind of stop the energy as much as like prior months, but what it's going to do is put us in a real big reflective mode, really reassessing, reflecting back on where we've been, where we are now, where do we need to change and shift, where do we want to go? So maybe that changes, and what do we need to do or to realign? If we're not getting the type of results that we've been looking for, I think we need to definitely, there's a theme of we need to get out of this stuck doing the same thing over and over again. So if you want love, okay, and you haven't been finding love, how are you approaching dating? How are you approaching relationships? I can hear some of you like, oh yeah, I have a pattern. This is my pattern. I do this every time. Well, why are you doing it? Right? If you know that, why are you not changing that? Because again, we all know that the whole saying of doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, is the definition of madness. So let's get out of the madness. The madness is getting stuck in the loop. Also being stuck in our programs and our belief systems that don't serve us. So that could be a lack mentality. Are you always saying, oh, I can't afford that. Oh, I can't afford this. Or I don't have enough money. If you keep saying that, you're just affirming that to the universe. And you have to start believing that, you know, the impossible is possible, because that's the type of month we're in right now. Okay, no more talking. Let's get to the cards. So I'm going to pull a couple of the oracle cards, and I'm actually going to read from the book because there's a lot of oracle cards in this deck and I do not know all of them. So you got, the first one out is card 8, which is the eagle. Card 62. It's kind of like 3 faces here. And the frog. Interesting. Okay. So how these cards work is you're kind of supposed to then put them back to back, and they kind of create a new image here. So the first thing I'm noticing, Gemini, is all 3 of these cards have like a face on them, whether animal or this is almost like a being, like more ethereal being. But they all kind of are on top of each other. So there's kind of this layering effect, these different energies that are kind of supporting each other. So there's definitely if hawks or frogs show up for you this month, there's a reason. There could be a sign there. So let's see, card 8. This is the eagle card. So this, the keywords for this card are achievement, focus, sight, courage, honor, ascent, and status. So the eagle is regarded as one of the greatest of birds. Its ability to soar to incredible heights has led to associations with the sun and many deities around the world. So there is a different perspective granted, right? By having that very high perspective. So you're able to see below and get a new perspective of what's going on. So I think that's a big kind of theme for you this month. So the eyesight is extraordinary, and it gives this guide the ability to not only spot details that others might miss, but to be able to hunt down a target from a great distance. So the eagle can help us gain courage and vision needed to achieve our goals, however unreachable they may seem. And I just said that when I started the reading. So that definitely was needed for you Geminis. Let's see, what else here? The eagle also has ability to help carry others to great heights too. So it's not just about yourself, but how can I elevate those around me? So this is a skill that gives him many myths as a divine messenger. So, you know, you can maybe see yourselves as a divine messenger. What message are you relaying to the world, relaying to your families? How are you speaking? We have Uranus and Gemini that just moved into Gemini. So that's about really radical communication, radical shifts in communication. So I think that's definitely something big for you guys in July. So we'll see what the combo of the cards says too, but let's go to, maybe I'll go to 28 first, which is the frog, since, so yes, the frog represents healing, sensitivity, motherhood, luck, metamorphosis, and partnerships. So I do feel like there's a theme around that, just that, like, you know, Jupiter's here. So you definitely, your luck is changing in July. And maybe you just don't have the perspective yet, but that's definitely coming this month. Maybe you've already are gaining new perspectives. Things are shifting and you're seeing it. There's really this sense of really connecting to your inner child, looking at those parts of you that need to be nurtured, creating stronger partnerships. So let's see here what the frog says. If some of you are actually trying to conceive, I would say this is a good month. There's definitely some fertility energy here, but for everyone, this is fertile ground this month for you to really sow the seeds. Maybe you've already put the seeds in the soil, but the soil's really fertile right now. We are at the height of summer as well, so there's also that kind of energy. But you have the ability right now to create and birth great things this month, new things. So it's all about how you're tending to the things that you want to build, that you want to create. Let's see. There's a lot here, so I'm just trying to pick out. The frog also has medicinal properties. So this is kind of tied to healing. So let's see here. It says if combined with cards from, so the eagle was the east. So when it's combined with cards from the east, it may symbolize an openness to new ideas and approaches in the healing arts. Yes, so we need to open ourselves up to new perspectives, new ways of thinking with the eagle. There's also definitely a key theme around healing here. So with these two cards together, and the spirit animals of a frog and an eagle could be a big support system this month for you to help heal something that maybe you have been pushing away in denial about for many, many years. So let's go to the last card, 62. So this is the card, this is actually represents dream or dreams. So this is unconsciousness, precognition, limitless soul journeying symbols. And this actually represents air and water sign, and the throat and the third eye chakra. So a lot of spiritual energy here. Dream is represented by many streams of color leaving the sleeping self and spreading out of the physical limitations, forming beautiful patterns. Dream is the language of the unconscious mind, a limitless landscape in which the self may encounter itself in many forms. And nothing is what it seems. So I really feel like that's a big message for you, Gemini. Nothing is what it appears to be right now. So if you're looking at your world, your life right now, and you're finding truth in what the external world is representing back to you, I think that's a big detriment for you, because I don't feel like it's true. I think it's deceiving you right now. So don't take everything at face value this month, because things are really morphing and shifting like by the minute, by the hour, by the day right now. So our unconscious mind is constantly receiving and absorbing information. This information is translated through dreams into a combination of universal and personal symbols and often surreal situations. So I feel like you're getting a lot of communication right now. If you're dreaming a lot, really take note of what you're dreaming and maybe do some dream analysis, because I think you're getting a lot of information in your dreams. Also, you may be doing some healing and integration via the dream landscape. It also says, depending on the combo of cards, it could make a dream a reality. It also says, or a warning. But I feel like with the eagle and the frog, there's some good luck here. There's good energies here. So I feel like there is a big opportunity for you to make a dream reality this month. So expect the unexpected, okay? Because with Uranus and Gemini, that's definitely happening right now. So I'm going to set these aside. Lots of great stuff here for you guys. I'm loving, I mean, we could close the reading, but you probably want me to keep going. All right, Tarot. So we have the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, abundance coming in. So there could be some unexpected windfall of some money coming in. And look at that. What did I tell you? Chariot. That's been the theme, and you guys got it. Yes, definitely fast-moving energy money, making money quickly, or just new levels of abundance, moving in a better direction from a financial standpoint. And then we have the moon. This is the unexpected. This is the unseen. So I think there's like I said, there's a little bit of illusion right now. There's some deception in the external world. So don't take things at face value. I think things may still, if you're listening to this reading and maybe this hasn't happened yet, it's because the moon's there. It's kind of distorting things. Things are a little hidden yet because they haven't come to fruition yet, but it's coming. So I'm loving that. Then we have the Knight of Cups. So there's definitely some sort of offer here coming in. 7 of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles. And you know what's interesting? The 7 of Swords, the first thing I picked up, which is interesting because I've never got that message from the 7 of Swords, but I almost feel like for you Geminis, there's something here about you're kind of lying to yourself. You're a little scared of like there's a lack of resources right now. So it's almost like you're just trying to, almost like there's this stealing energy, and not that someone's stealing from you, but I feel like metaphorically, I'm not saying that you're going into a store and actually stealing stuff, but you're because there's this fear of resources, you're trying to almost hoard a bit. You could be buckling down, being a bit too cheap right now, or just trying to hoard some sense of resources because you have some fear here. And there is some sort of offer here, but I feel again that it's this offer, you're a little, how you're viewing this offer is a little distorted. There's definitely some uncertainty about this offer here. Maybe you were like, maybe you have to, maybe it's a job opportunity. Maybe it's a love offer and you're just feeling a little like indecisive about it, or I'm not sure. This kind of is a little bit of 1 foot in, 1 foot out energy. And if you approach something like that, unfortunately, that you're setting yourself up almost, you're creating negative energy already. It's almost like you're setting yourself up to fail. So if you're going into something because you just want the money, I'd be a little, I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. What I'm saying is you should rethink where your intentions are and where your heart is. Because I feel like if you just approach it like, you know what, I'm going to jump in and go all in, I feel like that's going to set you up more for success. And if you're listening to this right now and you're on the verge of this change or this new opportunity and you're kind of on the fence, you kind of have to shift out of this 1 foot out, one foot in energy. Like you have to be all in or you don't do it. I feel like that's the energy right now. You need to be all in or don't do it, or just you need to be all out. You need to be one or the other. Don't be half-ass in because you're just not going to get any great results from that. All right, the third line here, we have the 6 of Wands, the 2 of Wands, And this is the Hermit. So I feel like there's a lot of potential here for success, whatever this is. But like I said, you have to be all in. You have to make a decision to be all in. And this is what I want. And I'm going to make a decision to take this offer or go in this direction or really jump into this relationship and be all in. And I think if you do that, things are going to really move forward quickly, and it's going to create a very positive unfoldment of events. I feel like you have leverage right now. I feel like you are have like the higher ground and have some leverage here. So your luck is on your side this month. Also with the Hermit here, I feel like there is a lot of kind of spiritual shifts happening for you. I feel like you're getting a lot of symbols, messages coming in. And I think they're kind of almost like, it's almost like green flags, right? We know red flags are kind of saying stop, stop, stop. But I'm seeing like red or green flags are saying, yes, keep going. You're on the right path. Good things are coming. So I like this. What's more around this Knight of Cups, this offer? The Hanged Man. Yeah, you're definitely stuck on this a bit. You're definitely not feeling very, it's almost like you feel like you don't have a choice right now. And you just you're kind of stuck in a situation or just like, but again, I feel with the Seven of Swords, I feel like it's deceptive. I feel like you're deceiving yourself. I feel like this offer is actually going to be a good one. Whatever the situation is around and you're just unsure about, I feel there's positive energy around it and you need to really just, like I said, go all in. You also need to shift your perspective, which I said too. So it's just confirming that. Shift your perspective and see this as, nope, I'm going to go all in. This is going to be a great thing and I'm going to put my heart into this. Because if you're just half-assing it to gain something from this because you feel like you have a lack of, whether it's money, you have a lack of connection, you have a lack of affection, whatever it is, we can't think like that. So what is the dream card? What is the dreams telling us? More about this dream card. Yeah, Nine of Cups. So definitely, I feel like this also is referring to a dream. If you've had dreams or something you've always dreamt of happening or doing, I feel like you're on the cusp of making this a reality. So loving that. Well, Gemini, this is a very positive reading for you all for July. Things are, again, moving and shaking for you. I think there's unexpected things. And again, I think you're really not seeing things clearly right now because a lot of good things is unfolding right now. Especially around money, connections too, family. So good stuff here. Well, I'm going to leave you with that since Jupiter is kind of taking over our reading space. You guys have a great July. And don't forget to like and subscribe and let me know how you guys are doing in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you in the next reading.